In 2005, I made a sudden move across the country. It worked out great, but I had to say goodbye to a ton of cool stuff. Some of my treasures survived, packed away, nearly forgotten, in this box, under the stairs. Hey everybody, special episode of Under the Stairs. I'm not under the stairs, I'm in the living room, which we very rarely use, but I got a special package delivered to me. I went to visit my folks over the holidays, and they found some stuff. They've mailed it to me, and I'm going to have a look at it, and I waited till now to open it. So let's get into this thing. Some scissors. A knife would have been better for this than scissors. Alright, cardboard box. Alright, here we have, it looks like a tackle box. Oops, that's the back side. Where is it? We have what looks like a tackle box. Let's tackle the tackle box, and oh, jeez, it's not too... Oh, my goodness. Let's have a look inside. Ooh. The jackpot. Look at all these toys. It's a bucket of 80s goodness right there. That is why you look in the garage. Alright, so these have been in cold storage for, 20 years? Inside we have, I think this guy's called Soundwave, which is interesting because I ended up working in radio and broadcasting, so having a little cassette player guy was cool. Cassette player guy, now, turns into a robot, obviously. See if I can remember how to do this, because it's been, say 1985 might have been the last time. And this is the start of 2013. This is kind of like remembering the combination to your grade school locker, if you had a locker. Alright, so, cue the appropriate sound effects for a transformation. Dun, 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 dun. Jesus. I'm not at my production best today here. Alright, we'll call that guy Soundwave, I think. But the detail on this thing was quite something. We had here all your transport controls, record, stop. It had a fake battery light, right and left speaker. Oh, that's backwards. I never noticed that. Right is labeled left, left is labeled right. Unless you're coming at it from this side. An eject button, presumably a headphone jack maybe? Backside, of course, it looks like a robot, but you could wear this on your belt. There's a little belt doohickey if you wanted to walk around and pretend like you were listening to a guy, listening to a Walkman, a Sony Walkman, and you'd be like, no, it's actually a, give me 10 minutes, robot. Frankly, I was never impressed with this Transformer. Let's look him up at some point and figure out what this guy was called, because it doesn't resemble anything. The idea of Transformers is they look like normal things, cars, jets, cassette players, and then they turn into robots. This thing looks like nothing. And its transformation is pretty straightforward. Okay, what's its gimmick? Does it just pop up or something? Oh, I just knocked a sticker off. Well, there it goes. There goes the collectability. This one might be one of the originals. After a year or two on the market, Transformers, Hasbro started putting rub signs on them, so if you warmed it up with your finger, it would turn into either the Decepticon or Autobot logo to indicate whether it was a good guy or bad guy. Generally, cars were Autobots, and other things were Decepticons, bad guys. This guy is known as White Car Guy, better known as... yeah, put it down there. He transforms into a robot like everything else, and for some reason there's this bot here which does something and has feet. Oh, that's cool. So I think this might have been one of the originals. One of the original set. In good shape, except for the fact that some of the white plastic is yellowing. Anybody who collects any kind of toys knows that that is a problem. White plastic turns yellow over time. We have one of the Insecticons. The Insecticons. This one's a beetle. Some kind of crazy beetle. I'm not going to transform it because who cares? But it's a beetle. If this thing were a real live bug, you would think it was ugly and creepy. As it is more than meets the eye. This, I don't even think is a Transformer. I think this is a GoBot. Of course, I got all kinds of transforming toys when I was a kid, including GoBots and off-brand things. If I can find a trademark, it's made by Tomy. It's a GoBot. It transforms from a disc with wheels into a robot with claws. This isn't even a GoBot. I think this was, if they had dollar stores back then, they would have sold these at the dollar stores. As it was, I think they sold these at Byway and Bargain Heralds. I don't think I'm going to find a trademark stamp on this. It's a race car, transforms into a robot. There's the robot's head there. You can imagine the transformation. It's die cast, so it's front heavy. Don't let my wife see that. She'll think I almost broke the table. One of the cassette guys. They looked like actual small cassettes. It obviously not a full-size cassette, but it was more like a micro cassette. So this was a panther. I'm going to say it's a panther. We'll say some kind of fast cat. We transform it, lightning quick, into a running beast. Intimidating, no? Another in the series of Transformers I don't understand. They have wind-up wheelie powers and knocking down your backdrop powers. I'm gonna guess I wheel him and then he pops up. Okay, one more. Isn't that amazing? A zero-effort transformer. So even kids who don't Speaking of kids who don't understand how to transform them, that would be me right now. This is hard work. A maroon-colored jet, and he turns into how the heck with it? Turns into a robot. Ha. Okay, what did I call the cassette guy earlier? Did I call it Soundwave? Because I found included in my kit here, Soundwave. You like my little Decepticon logo? I seem to recall that I had Bumblebee. I think Bumblebee came in 2 colors. I don't know if they were both Bumblebee, but here is Red Bumblebee. I'm going to look up and see if Red Bumblebee had an actual other name. If this is actually a special red variant of Red Bumblebee, make me an offer. I don't think this was that special though, because, not that it wasn't special, but I don't think this was super rare, because it does have the rub sign on the top. Pre-rub sign Autobot named Red Car Guy. What kind of fanboy am I that I don't even remember what these guys are called? Red Car Guy would turn from a car into a robot, if you haven't caught the trend of what everything turns into here yet. Oh, okay. Take my word for it. Jeez. It's so simple, only a child can figure it out. Alright, let's just pretend that Red Car Guy turns into a really awesome looking robot. Red Car Guy. Okay, so big airplanes and small airplanes. We have big airplanes like this guy. I don't think I didn't have Starscream, who I recall being from the first wave of Transformers airplanes. We also had small airplanes. I don't even remember this. I have no memory of this. This is... you tell me. Turns into a robot, obviously. A robot with a very small head. The microcephalic transformer. This isn't a transformer. This is a little green Jeep. Little green army Jeep. That turns, obviously, that's right, I heard you say it, into a robot. Some of these knockoff Transformers had very simple transforming mechanisms. As I jinx myself saying, it's very simple. This guy has too much junk between his legs, and he doesn't transform easily. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad for an off-brand Transformer. I kind of like that one. Little construction fella. This is an orange construction guy. I don't know. Is he good guy or bad guy? Let's find out. The secret is you got to heat him up. Let's find out. Actually, let's take a break and we'll come back in the next episode and let you know if this is a good guy or bad guy. Come back soon. Under the stairs.